Mr. Tony Ojukwu, SAN, the Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission (NHRC), says the organization received a total of 158,517 sexual and gender-based violence cases in 2021. Ojukwu made this known in Abuja at a round table on the current state of affairs of pending cases of sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. Represented by Mr. Harry Obe, Director, Women and Children in the Commission, Ojukwu said that it was no longer news that sexual and gender-based violence had become a menace in the country.
To really appreciate the level of pervasiveness of SGBV in the country, a synopsis of the complaint profile of the Commission in 2021 will give clarity in this regard. In the year 2021, the Commission received a total of 1,701,357 cases cutting across 14 thematic areas, out of which 913,197 cases amounting to 53.67% were on women and children alone. Of the above total, 158,507 cases were on SGBV, and that is 17.36% of the total women and children cases came from SGBV alone. It is therefore in furtherance of the Commission's quest for a coordinated response that it is collaborating with Roots Foundation on the current state of affairs of domestic, sexual and gender-based violence cases in Nigeria, with a view to appraising efforts, identifying gray areas, and proffering solutions to this menace. As may kindly recall, in the year 2020, the Commission made a clarion call on all stakeholders during its 1 week of activism, with a team join the fight against rape and SGBV to contribute its own quota from their respective domain to address the problem of rape and other SGBV in Nigeria. Since that call, the Commission has observed commendable upsurge in efforts by various stakeholders through varying activities geared towards tackling SGBV from their respective corners. We therefore use this opportunity to sincerely thank you all for your ability to work through unforeseen challenges to see that this menace is over. However, like every pervasive national and global problem, solo effort and small-scale cooperation may help a great deal, but such efforts will not be able to deliver the desired durable solutions to stem the tide of the shadow pandemic of rape and SGBV. We believe, like many of you here present, that a global problem of this magnitude requires a coordinated national solution in order to make any meaningful impact.
Similarly, Dame Julie Okadone, Executive Chair, Roots Foundation, lamented the alarming upsurge in cases of various violence.
You will agree with me that recently there has been an unprecedented rise in cases of domestic violence, sexual exploitation and abuse, sexual assault and harmful practices against men and women. Young girls have been raped and brutally murdered at worship centers, at homes, in public places. Young boys have been sodomized in schools and even by religious leaders and family members. And I ask, if homes, schools, public places, worship centers, and so on are not safe for us and our children, where else can we find safety? Also worrisome is the continuous perpetration of harmful widowhood practices in some communities and total disregard for fundamental human rights of citizens. You will agree with me that this roundtable is timely and crucial, especially at a time when incidences of sexual and gender-based violence attract social media outcry without enough action to complement words. Again, I ask, what happens after the social media outcry? Do we all move on with our lives and wait for the next incident before crawling out of our shells? How long will this trend continue? The aim of this roundtable is to appraise efforts, identify gray areas, and proffer solutions. And the following outcomes are envisaged from this roundtable: getting justice for victims of SGBV whose cases have been pending or whose cases have not even been filed in courts at all. Rehabilitation for victims of SGBV, gaining the confidence of the general public that perpetrators will not get away with impunity. The success of the outcome will also serve as a deterrence to would-be perpetrators. And I'm certain that the takeaways from this roundtable will further deepen our thinking and stimulate our work for the future.
Also, Mrs. Pauline Tallinn, Minister of Women Affairs, called on everyone to say no to violence of any kind.
The issue of gender-based violence is not just a problem that the Ministry of Women Affairs can address alone. It's an issue that should be handled totally by all men and women of goodwill. It is a war that should be fought by all men and women of goodwill. All, every Nigerian who loves this country, who loves and respects his mother, who love and respect womanhood, must join the army to condemn all forms of violence against women.
Mrs. Amina Abaje Fida said pro bono can go a long way in helping out.
Pro bono is derived from a Latin phrase, pro bono publico, meaning free legal representation to persons who cannot afford the services of a lawyer. It means that this service belongs to the group of persons that are vulnerable. And when you are talking of the vulnerable, who are those that are vulnerable? Women are classified as vulnerable, children are classified as vulnerable, the elderly are classified as vulnerable, and those who are living with some form of disabilities. So these are persons that are referred to as vulnerable in our society. For us in FIDA, our main objective is to promote, protect, and preserve the rights of indigent women and children. And this we do by offering our services pro bono, whether it's by litigation, whether it's by mediation, counseling, sensitization, and so on and so forth. So the core of the work that we do in FIDA is pro bono. We do not receive remuneration. We do it free of charge.
Similarly, Mrs. Chioma Onyenuchega Uko, Chair Unity Brown Nigeria Bar Association, said there are many legal frameworks to take care of issues of sexual and gender-based violence.
The VAP Act is the most positive so far. Yes, a bit can still be done to improve on it, both in the manner of drafting and in some of the provisions, but it is a legal document that looks at the reality and fully dissects the reality that sexual and gender-based violence can be economic, they can be political, they can be verbal, emotional, physical. They are not just, they do not necessarily manifest in one form. And because of that, it makes specific provisions for all forms of violence against persons, or most forms of violence against persons, regardless of the manner of violence. So long as they are violence against persons, they are mostly provided for under the VAP Act. And interestingly, the VAP Act also goes ahead to provide for what we call the protection order application before the courts.